Uh, yeah. Hi guys, it's Goku here, playing World of Warships, and I have a story to tell you while I'm using this. Colorado, the Hunky Junk American Tier 7 battleship, like everyone calls it. So it's kind of basic. I do have the engine upgrade. I do have this for fast turning, control damage, 16%. Plus 16% more battery firing range, and the survivability of AAs and secondaries. Well, I was just in a battle, and one thing I hate that I just was going against was one ship the most. This fucker. The Atago. I could be 9 kilometers away and could not spot this guy. It shows here this. Sad to say, he was completely firing, he had no smoke, couldn't see him. And I managed to kill him in the end after shouting him like how long. But the other ship that I got pissed off at was this fucker. A fully upgraded Bismarck. Shot 4 shells at him, nailed him completely inside right here. Nailed him right here in the belt armor. Completely went through the entire ship, went from one side to the other. 640 millimeters of armor at 5 kilometers in distance. That's when this thing is fully upgraded. I went right through its side armor. Right here. And right there. I'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I think I had it go right from here to the other side, and I think it bounced off the citadel. Dead center of the ship. I'm still wondering how these 16-inch guns at close range will overpen a Bismarck. And then when I get nailed by other people, either I get nailed right here and get citadel, or here and get citadel. When my citadel is... Just watch. Here's the back of my citadel. I get nailed here, I get citadel, and my citadel ends right here. I get nailed here, get citadel, and my citadel's right here. And then I got that, and then that. People love penning the top of my deck, penning this, and then penning this. And citadel me too, as a cruiser. Even as a cruiser, penning this much armor, and it's layer after layer after layer, would not pen, because it'll explode after the first layer. Nope, that doesn't work. And I'm starting to get pissed off. The total amount of citadels I had gotten this thing to. As you see here, I got 15,000 here, plus that, and that's also what I got from it. And then also the engine upgrade, which means I've used this thing quite enough now. Yeah, I had a total of 6 total citadels between about 15 games. And I love my shells go right through the center of their ships. Arizona's pen right through. Pissed off. Cleveland, pen right through. All the way through the ship. Doesn't even affect the citadel like did shit. Every shell has a fuse delay and fuse activation time. Like in here, there is a fuse timing. It's 0.0, I think it's 0.04 seconds. And after penning, I think it was about 50 millimeters of armor will go off. At Cleveland, on the other hand, I might see an overpen, but I do not. Not with this thing. And that's right here. The citadel plating, and then this. Pen right through. Against an Arizona, hit right here. Because I believe the Arizona's citadel matches up with the New Mexico's. This is the same class ship, just different design to it, like different placement of the guns, different AA when fully upgraded. Let's take this on. Even at close range with that much armor to here, technically if you aim at, hit this main gun here and hit that side, you would pen into it and ammo rack it. Because ammunition would be flowing up and down on carts on here, you would completely destroy this entire turret and the entire ship. And sad to say, like for the Arizona, like back in World War II, bomb went right through here and managed to pen that and go right into the ammunition, blew the ship up. Citadel's a lot weirder on this thing. That's one thing I have to say. Compared to my other ships, I don't have that bad. When I'm in Colorado, everyone says it's the worst ship there is in World of Warships. And I think that's just basic. But overall, truly, I would say the worst ship there is in World of Warships is not even this. It's not even the Atlanta. It's none of the American ones. Nor Japanese. Nor Russian. Nor German. I'm gonna have to say it's giving me the United Kingdom at tier 7. Because one, every ship in the United Kingdom is gonna be light cruisers. Even though these are cruisers, none of them are heavy cruisers like the Japanese and American and German. The Russian had some medium cruisers like the Scores, this one, and this one, and then it came to heavy cruiser. This one here, as you see, tier 10. Let's see what tier 10 has. 6-inch guns. You have 5 double-barreled double-barreled 6-inch turrets. 110,000 horse. I'm not going to expect to be over 40,000 health. This is more of a medium cruiser, even with this much torps. And you probably, and we won't even know how long the ranges of these things. I would say this is probably the most weakest armored tier 10, or even any ship from tier 6 to tier 10. That I'm gonna say. It's probably still gonna have good range like the Russian did on the Mateo Kutuzov, which is the Russian Tier 8 Cold War cruiser. If you look at the year, look what was made. 1954. Almost all to the American ships, but one is Cold War era. This is Cold War era, right? Well, after war, actually. But the rest of these, made just before World War II to even World War II. This country. Oh, let's get into these. Let's find out here which one is not World War II era. And let's be on. This one. This one. This one. 1945. 1939. 1940. 1940. 1936. Okay, and then you got this one here. Oh, it's 1954 with its 19-kilometer 6-inch guns. Okay. This one here. What did I remember correctly, all of these were all either post-war, but none of them were after-war. Japanese. I don't think any of them were after-war. Yeah, none of them were. United Kingdom. This is after war, and that was just a design. Yeah, that one there, that's mid-war design, and this one here, which was made. Yeah, beginning of the war for them, before the war, 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 and during the war. Okay, so I'm gonna say this: out of all the ships that there is, the most ships that is after or more Cold War, because Cold War started in 1950, is right here, the Russian tech tree. I would say get rid of them and actually go with the latest, even on all ships. Should just be before 1950. Before 1950. Like this here. This, you could say it's Cold War, but you could say it, but it's 1948. All of them here, within the 1940s. All of them here, except for this one, was 1940s. Even out of all the designs. Let's see here. Which one did not actually which ships did not actually exist in World War II? There's one. There's one. I think there was another one. Let's think here. Oh, yeah, right here. Montana. I think they scrapped those plans at the end of World War II. Like, completely got rid of them. Everything else was made. Like, I can say this. For the amount, I've used this in the public test server. This thing is a very good ship. But anytime you get into gameplay in it and you're using it, somehow it does not go in your favor. Every time. It's pretty much, it's not going in your favor. For a lot of people, they're using them out. Even with how long these guns take to rotate 72 seconds with 30-second reload for 18.1-inch guns, and the range of 26.6 kilometers. For 27 knots, for how heavy the ship is, this is still a good ship. But somehow it does not go in. The team with the most models does not go in. They will lose. So this ship alone, even though the AA defense is in here at 69. Okay, let's go to this country. Let's go to the American. We got this here. The Japanese model compared to this, they use 25s and you're using triple 25s and 5-inch guns. While we're using 20s, 40s, and 5-inch guns. We got more of them, rate higher. But the actual amount of effective damage that these ships do are about equal. But then you get to the German battleships. German tier 10. Anytime you get into this thing, did you go first? Or whatever. The AA defense on here, useless. Also used in the public. Got the rating on this thing. Setting up. See, it's rated that, but actually, here, it's practically useless. I know for sure I've used the North Carolina. Hold on. I should just click my Colorado and then go to North Carolina, but I'm not. See right here, the AA defense. Oh, 73. Fully upgraded. Then it's 77. I can say the same for this. I can get this thing, the AA defense in at the highest rating, which is 100. I can have 4 squadrons come after me, and I'll shoot all of them down but 1 plane. And that's all American squadrons, instead of Japanese. If they're Japanese, I'll shot down before they even get to my ship. Because that's my the extended range from main ship, which is, since I have the fully upgraded range, I use this, so it gets me, well, 20% further AA range. I also have the things so I can cause more damage from it. Oops, wrong area. I also have a flag to cause more damage for AA defense. And then my captain's gun causes plus 10% more damage, and then this here plus another 20% in firing range for AA defense. So yeah, with my 40s and my 5-inch, it's well over 5 kilometers out with my 5-inch and 40s. I'll be shooting down planes with the North Carolina. I would say that for the North Carolina, the best captain skills you should go for it is if you have 15, the best you should go for it is right here. Secondary armament. Main gun traverse. The superintendent. The advanced firing training. And concealment expert. Just to help the ship. That still leaves you with points, or not even. So that's 5, 15. That's 15 points. You still have 3 points if you have 18. You can use them. You can use them on. I would say use them on. Right here, fire prevention. Or else use it on this, on high alert. If you use it on high prevention, you use it on artillery. Or basics of survivability. Yeah, like I was saying, a flag that does that damage. 2 main flags you should use in the North Carolina is this one here. November Echo Settle 7 for more damage on the AA defense. And for secondary main is Mike Yankee Soxy 6. Or, I don't know, but for their secondary fire range, minus the dispersion, minus the reload time. So, it shoots pretty quick for the 5-inch. So, yeah. I'm showing guys from way out. I'm showing the planes from way out in the glitter. I can say this, I can do it with the Iowa, the Montana, the Yamato. The two best countries for AA defense is Japanese and American. Doesn't matter what, even if you are on the New Mexico with AA defenses person, the Colorado, you can probably get almost an entire squadron with it before it hits you, but it comes close. With this fully upgraded, as you see right now, I have a 76.2s, but fully upgraded would be 3720s, 3 dual 40s, 8 quad 40s, and like 8 single 5-inch. You would probably wreck an entire squadron before it gets to you. Same thing with the, and that's on, for Japanese, their most efficient AA defense on their ships start at, I would say, Nagato, and then after that it's pretty good. Fuso isn't the best. Congo is okay, you can get 1 or 2 planes shot down. Maybe 3. You can get about half the squadron shot down before they hit you. With anything. But for the German, realistically, I don't know why they made this better AA defense than this one. Realistically, since this was shot down because of its AA defense, then they went through and improved the AA defense on this to the point, since it also had torpedoes, this had taken care of all the flaws that the Bismarck had. This got rid of all. So AA defense improved. Realistically, AA defense was improved. Had heavy armor, which made it way more. It was half a knot slower, had torpedoes, same gun range. Just it says it right here. One of the 2 mightiest battleships in the German Navy, akin to lead the ship of her class, Tirpitz had heavier armor, powerful artillery, and a high speed, weak horizontal armor protection, with her main drawback of her design. But this was largely offset by improving her AA defense, and that's comparing this ship to this ship. So actually, truly, the Bismarck should have weaker AA defense than her sister ship Tirpitz. No, let's take it. You look at the AA defense right now, 69. Fully upgraded Bismarck, using the same type of captain skills I have. 3 knots at 52, goes up to 62, and with captain skills I have on here, so I get approved AA defense. I did it twice for range and this. The Bismarck will beat this. Well, let's find out how. Okay, got 12 20s, 8 quad 20s, 8 dual 37s, 8 dual 105s. A quad. So dual, quad, double, and double. 20s. See here. Or was it single? 14 single 20s, 16 quad 20s, 10 dual 37s. Okay, let me write this down. Actually, I'll just use my tablet to write it down. Okay, let's take a photo. Not gonna be the best for me, but oops. Alright, now let's go. That's a fully upgraded Colorado. Bismarck. And essentially, since mine is more upgraded. So, okay, let's go to. Let's try that. So now, what's the difference? Let's see. Bismarck has 2 more single 20s, double amount of quad 20s, 2 more dual 37s, and the same amount of 105s. How is the Turpins better AA defense? Has a better AA defense. When stats show here that truly this actually is weaker AA defense than the fully upgraded Bismarck. Is it because of this? No. This does not affect it with torpedoes. If you actually look, realistically, the Tirpitz had shit ton of 20s, 37s all across this entire deck while it sat in, I think, Norway. Had itself smoke generators, which they did not put in. They did not put in any smoke generators. That's one thing I wish they actually threw in here. No, all you get is either fighter or spotter, repair party, and damage control party. Where the hell is the smoke generator? Because that's one thing they did throw into this battleship in World War II. So, why is it that this thing is a half a knot slower than the Bismarck? Same engine, a little bit heavier armor, weak horizontal armor. Yeah, we got torpedoes, 6-kilometer torpedoes. Think of how much it took to sink the Bismarck. Not much. To sink the Tirpitz, it took about 6 squadrons of Wellingtons and Lancasters. And this thing has a smoke generator. The only time it got hit was here with a 10,000-pound bomb at 36,000 feet, and then later on when they're taken to port to make another fortress, another one here, and I think another one right here, capsized it underwater when you can look up the pictures yourself. A total of 3 of them hit, ship capsized it. 10,000-pound bombs, which means they didn't hit and explode. They completely went through the ship. Completely went through the ship. And completely went through the ship. Those were, they call them big boys. Bunker busters. That's what those were. Bunker busters. 10,000-pound bombs dropped from 30, 40,000 feet. Hitting them, going through a lot of ground material and destroying bunkers. Underground or even above ground. They were destroying them. Took 3 of them. At that height, they would go right through the entire hull, which they did, capsize the ship. And you can find pictures on Google where last is, and all you see is rust. Just metal. You really can't tell if it's a ship or not, but it's a ship. It's what's left over of the battleship Tirpitz. So that's pretty much all that I have for you guys for now, and I hope you think and ask and try to see if you can get the Organ go through and fix the AA defense to what it should be on here. Add its smoke screen, because that's actually, it did have that, which they didn't put in. What else? I don't know. And then another thing is, if if you guys look up my YouTube channel, and you can actually see my birthday if you do it correctly. World of Warships was started September 16th of September 16th of 2015. I turned 18 when this game came out. I turned 18 that day. My birthday is September 16th. I'm 19 now. I didn't get shit from them. As you see here, no duplicates. Everyone got 1,000,000 credits. I didn't get any converted XP. Technically, if your birthday is on the same day that the game came out, you should become a super tester and get a whole bunch of shit from this. And flags, and camels, and free ships. I didn't get shit. I'd say that. So for those of you who are World of Warships players, I guarantee you this should have happened, in which it didn't. So I'm sorry that I disturbed your time with actual true facts about what's flawed with the game. And like, World of Warships knows one major flaw is the gun range on this thing, on these, between, like, right here, these two classes, these three classes of ships. Max range you put it at was 23.3 and 23.6. Realistically, it is 39 kilometers, the most accurate guns in the world, of 16-inch guns. Well, mainly on the Iowa class. 24 miles, 39 kilometers is 24 miles, and they hit their target with every shot. Without missing. Let's go to Yamato. Instead of 26.6, they can shoot 45 kilometers, which is, I think, 26 miles. I know that for certain. I think it's about 45 kilometers, maybe 46 kilometers, maybe 42 kilometers. I don't know. But I know it's in the 40-kilometer area because it's 26 miles. But the most accurate range, they're saying, is 18 miles. Okay, you could shoot max 26, but hit a target at 18 and miss their target at 26. Okay, Iowa class. Furthest range is 24 miles. Most accurate range, 24 miles. And they will always hit their target. That's why if you compare the two, the Iowa class and the Yamato, technically this here is just a standard battleship with 16-inch guns, but truly, Yamato is considered as a super battleship because of how big its guns are. A super battleship has to be based on its gun range and how efficient they are, its AA defense, its speed, armor, and secondaries. Well, in the Iowa class, they put it out there, even though if you think about it, if you actually look up the actual true armor of the Yamato, it's cast iron. Cast iron is weaker and heavier than steel. So truly, even with how thickness of the material that there is on the Iowa, it's something just as great to even greater than the Yamato's armor. 300 millimeters to 315 millimeters of steel is equal to greater than 400 or 500 millimeters of armor of the Yamato, just in cast iron. And the guns, even though the shells travel slower, they actually say these 16-inch guns pen about the same as the Yamato's 18.1-inch. And how efficient they are? They're super efficient. That's why I can say it. They're very, very super efficient. Including the speed of 33 knots, a greater AA defense. I would say this is also a super battleship. realistically, the super battleship was the main target. Well, we had 4 of them. It says 6. The other 2 were converted into Montana class, and then they stopped turning that and tried to turn it into Essex class, and they just scrapped them and used them for parts for the other 4 battleships, which is Iowa, Missouri, New Jersey, Wisconsin. Well, anyways, let's say this. If you actually pull up the true Navy records and which one had the most action and which ones with the most action will receive actually more awards, but I've heard this. The most famous Iowa class battleship, New Jersey. Okay, I remember the Missouri being famous because of one, the Japanese surrender on it. That got an award for that. Wisconsin, next famous one because of how much shit it took out of the Japanese during World War II compared to any other battleship, and how many other things it's done after World War II compared to the other ones. Take out brilliance because they're saying one Iowa class battleship is equal to up 200 to 300 jets. One of these is equal to 200 to 300 jets. They're saying that's just within damage and what it can destroy. So yeah, Iowa class is the most effective ship. The second most effective ships was Musashi Yamato, even though they didn't really use them at all in World War II. They used them maybe 3-4 times. Iowa class, they used them throughout once they actually came out from the war, which was 1942-1943 when they came in. Used for the last 2 or 3 years. These 2 ships, junk them. That's all I'm going to say, just junk them. Because I actually hooked up with the admiral and constructor of the fleets, and they had only made these 2 ships. There were going to be like a lot more instead of just 2 in the series. I think there was going to be about 4 in the series, and there were supposed to be bigger ships than this, in which this is about the size of the Bismarck, and then this one here, which is about the size of Montana, and they're saying the next size up from this. It's a little bit bigger. It was in between these 2. The length is longer than this one, shorter than this one, but it was double barrel. So it had these guys. The next one's even bigger than this. They had 4 more type of series that which are bigger and bigger and bigger. Bigger than Yamato, bigger than the Montana class. But you know what happens. These 2 got sunk, and they were expecting the other classes by the 1950s to take out the United States. They were planning to do world domination. You know how that ended. They lost before the Japanese surrendered. About 2-3 months before the Japanese surrendered, the Germans lost. They surrendered. Which country would say lasted the longest, had the most battles out of the entire thing? Germany started their attack on Poland in 1939, but truly didn't go to war until 1940. Japan had their advancement way above and beyond. Well, Germany had Celeste. Japan also took 2 nuclear bombs, which got them to surrender. Germany, they just get pushed from all sides. Russia, from the Russian border, French French border, which in Great Britain was helping, and then we just came from down south. So yeah, we came from down south in Normandy, United States. I'm going to say the most reason why Germany fell? Because of the United States. Can't be proven, no. You could say it was the Russians because of how big their army was, or Britain and French because of how big their army was. The battle on two fronts. The battle in Normandy really took a turn on Germany, and they just completely fell apart. Completely fell apart. Even Japan took us how long to go through all the islands with how big our fleets were. We had more. The United States and Japan had more battles in total than the entire German army. I would say, even German Navy. Sounds right. Well, that's all for listening. Now I'm gonna give you today about what's flawed about this game, but we can't do anything about it because they tried, did not work out so well. But AA defense, I would say they should go through on the turbines. But artillery, I could say they tried because they did say when they first came out they were trying to do the range of the actual realistic range of the guns and being accurate. Didn't work out, so they had to find a way to make them accurate. And at the range they try to get it to, well, as you saw, they tried to get close. They didn't get close. They were trying. Didn't work out. Well, that's a game for you. I'm just waiting to see what War Thunder does with the name. I know they're doing PT boats with AI controlled battleships, cruisers, and that kind of stuff. And player versus player controlled PT boats compared to like this, because they're saying it's going to take way too long, but they're going to get into it anyways. I'm just waiting for them to get into it and have a awesome game. That's what I'm waiting for. Be more realistic than this. Technically, this can be realistic, but not really. I'm just waiting. I'm gonna keep playing this game even because I play World of Tanks. I haven't played that in a long time because one, it takes forever to do stuff on there, and two, it's just a very, very boring game. I want something more challenging. That's what I want. And that's what War Thunder gives everyone. A realistic, challenging game. And I think War Thunder will actually go through and do what probably have the same issues that World of Warships has about range and area defense. But what we should have in World of Warships is like completely us take control of the AA defense completely instead of just let AI control it. Because we can manually select target. That's not us manually controlling the AAs. That's not manually controlling the AAs at all. That's still AI control. You're just focusing firing all your target, all your AA defense is focusing firing on that target. That's it. It's really a focus fire on that target. Okay, it's AI control. I want actual player controlled AA defense. Player controlled secondaries. Player controlled primaries. Because, like, Battle Station Pacific, I think that's what it was. You have you can have it so it's AI or player controlled AAs, and AI and player controlled main gun secondaries. Like, if you go forward, it just shoots your whatever guns you have on the front. But when you go full broadside, it has all your secondaries on that side plus your main guns. So that, and you shoot them all. Now that's more realistic. Yes, it's based on damage on that, but this one is. In which I think War Thunder is going to fix that. So, like, the planes and tanks, you can get shot down historically what a plane was, but War Thunder has its flaws too about its planes, like the P-51s and the F-80, F-82, which is the twin Mustang. Those planes are the best fighters there is for prop. And somehow, if you take a fully upgraded P-51, go against a fully upgraded Typhoon, FW-190, they will always win. When they'll outclimb you, they will outgun you, and they will outmaneuver you. From what I remember, that wasn't even close to being accurate, because the only things that could keep up with the jets was the P-51s and the F-82s. I'm talking about the German jets, the prototype Japanese jets, and the prototype jets in Russia, Great Britain, and France. So let's say that. Okay, now you take and P-51s, they did their dive bombs from above and still be able to get to what their altitude was before getting dropping back down to the same speed they started at. Nope, that doesn't work out at all. Don't understand why, don't understand how. That's one flaw that there is about that thing. Plane can go from about 2,000 feet. Now I'm talking about an FW-190 go from like 2,000 feet up to 15,000 feet up and shoot you down in a bomber. Darn it. I do not understand how. I tried it with the same plane he was using. Anyone else uses? So, I'm gonna let you guys go.